Hey friends, so my name is Marita and I'm going to take you guys sourcing with me to find treasures to sell on both eBay and Poshmark. And then after that I'm going to take you guys shipping with me throughout the entire week. That way you guys know what to look for and know what's selling. Let's go. So this was a really quick trip for me. I was only in there for around an hour and a half to 2 hours. So as always, I went straight to the shoes, and this time I only found one pair, but I found a really good pair. So this is from the brand Vivia, which I'd never heard of before, but they reminded me of Rothy's right away. So I looked them up, and brand new, these retail for around $130. And they'd even been seen on, I think, Katie Holmes. And they're honestly really nice. They're very comfortable. They have like this knit stretch material. Like I said, they reminded me of Rothy's. They are machine washable. They're also water repellent, and I'm gonna probably price mine around $70. And also they're new without box, so they still have stuffing inside and everything to keep the form. And yeah, they're in really great condition. You can tell that they've never been worn. So now, since spring and summer are coming, I get to go to my favorite section first, which is the dresses. And in there, I was able to find this beautiful vintage dress. And it has this very artsy kind of, what would the word be? Abstract floral print to it. And it's a Hawaiian brand. It's called Paradise Hawaii, and it's actually made in Honolulu. And this is 80s vintage. And when I looked up this brand, the vintage brand, they were reselling really well, and they were going for around $60 to $70. So a really great way to start the thrift trip. I don't really pick up too many Urban Outfitter dresses unless they're maxi length. This one was a mini length, but I did get it because it was $9.99 originally, but yellow is half off, so I paid $5 for it. And it was actually new with tags, and it's a really pretty floral wrap over dress. And I'm gonna price this around $35 to $40. This is a brand that they sell at Anthropologie, and it's called Sun Dry. And I do like to pick up their maxi length dresses. They've performed really well in the past for me. And this one is a tank maxi dress. It's actually really long. I mean, I'm 5'11", and this would be dragging on the floor for me. So I'm gonna have to look up stock photos because I don't know exactly how you're supposed to wear this. But I've noticed that their pieces can be very basic and minimalistic, and those perform really well for me. Like I've said, I've sold their maxi length dresses in the past before, and they went for about $40 to $45. And then of course I had to find some more vintage dresses, and this one is from the brand CDC, which is a vintage brand that I've picked up in the past. And it's this gorgeous midi length dress. And it also has this floral like rose print with beading in it. And like I've said in my past videos, vintage dresses with floral prints or embellishments do really well. And I'm gonna price this one around $40 to $45. And keywords that I would put for this would be goth, dark romantic, 90s. I would even put Monica from Friends in there. And yeah, just a very beautiful piece. So I love whenever I find Eileen Fisher. It's a brand that performs really well for me. And this one is actually 100% silk, and it's this beautiful shirt dress. And keywords that I always like to use for Eileen Fisher are minimalistic, neutral, and quiet luxury. And I should be able to get around $45, maybe $50 for this. I actually ended up just picking this shirt up for myself, and it's from the brand Cristino Siriano. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I ended up getting this because it's a linen blend blouse, and I just thought it was really pretty. I love the puff sleeves and the print on it. I just personally don't have that many summertime tops, so I felt like this was something that I needed. And I actually got these for myself too, and these are from J. Crew, and then they're Slim Demi Boot, which these are a really popular jean style, so I could resell these, but I'm gonna keep these for myself because I really love boot cut or flared jeans for my body type. I feel like it's very flattering, and these are also a raw hem and just a really nice high-rise pair of jeans. And yeah, so for myself again. Then I found a pair of Spanx, and I love whenever I find Spanx. They resell really quick and for a good amount of money too. And this one is also an extra large. And this feels like it's the jeanish leggings again, which I just recently sold a pair. And it has the pull-on waist, and they're just very comfortable, a lot of stretch to them. And these should resell for around $45, maybe $50. So I've talked about Rails in the past, and it is a brand that I do like to pick up, but like I've said before, it sells for a good amount of money, but sometimes it likes to sit, and so I might hold on to this for a while. But I did feel like it was worth it because I paid $8, but I feel like I should be able to resell this for around $45, maybe $50. And it's this beautiful, almost like a shacket, because it's a little bit heavier than a shirt, but then too light to be a jacket. And it has this floral embroidery print on it. And anytime that I find an item that's a good brand and has embroidery on it, I do typically pick it up because people really love embroidered pieces. They just consistently do well, and so that was what really won me over to this top. So I'm sure you guys have heard me talk about Talbots. It's a great bread and butter brand, but this is one of their blazers, which I love to find their blazers. They do really well. And this is a great size too. It's a size 20 and it's new with tags, so even better. And brand new, this retailed for $160 and I should be able to resell this for around $70. So I was really excited to find this one, and I've never found this brand before, and it's called Alex Mill. And brand new, their sweaters retail for around $200 to $250. And this is a beautiful cable knit sweater, and it also has this speckling and multicolored confetti knit to it as well. And right away I could tell this was a great material. It's merino wool and alpaca. And this is just beautiful. And it also has this buttoning detailing on the side, and I should be able to resell this for around $80. And then another piece from Eileen Fisher, and this one is an open knit blazer. It's really lightweight and also has a lot of stretch to it too, which I've talked about before. Knit blazers are my favorite kind of blazer to find, especially like the jersey knit ones. They do really well. I think it's because people like to have the professional look, but then also be comfortable at the same time. I mean, who doesn't want that? And I'm gonna probably price this one around $45. And then another Eileen Fisher piece, and this one is a long draped open front cardigan, and it's actually 70% baby alpaca and then 30% silk, so a really great material makeup. And because of the materials that it's made of, I'm probably gonna price this around $60. And then we have this beautiful 100% cotton cardigan from Sundance, and this is a full button up. I love the print to this too. Very boho classic, and I'm gonna price this around $30 to $35. And then we have this beautiful turtleneck sweater from Cabby, and I really love the contrasting with the sleeves and how it has the floral print, and they're also bell sleeves, and this should resell for around $35. Hey friends, so I'm down here in my basement right now and we're gonna go pull my shipping. I think I have 7 items from eBay and then 8 items from Poshmark to go grab. Let's go get them. All right guys, so I'm gonna start with eBay, and like I said, I have 7 items on eBay to ship out and then I have 8 items from Poshmark. So the first one is this J. Jill Wherever collection dress, and I do like to find J. Jill. It's just a really nice bread and butter brand for me, and it was a nice 2X dress, so a good size, and then it was a floral printed one, and then it had a layering detail on it, and I actually just listed this, and this one sold within just a couple days for $30. So this one is a mini faux wrap dress from Billabong, and I don't really pick up Billabong unless it's really cheap and if it's a long maxi length dress. Some of their maxi length dresses do really well. This one was actually free because, like I said previously, our Plato's Closet does markdown, so they had 50, 80, 90, and then one day they posted that they were gonna do 100% off clearance. Picked it up there and I ended up selling on eBay for $13. So not a lot, but I mean, again, it was free. So this one is a gorgeous denim jacket. It also has beading on it, and it's from the brand Double D Ranch, which is a really great brand to look out for. And this actually ended up selling on eBay for $150. So if you guys watch my channel, you know that I love to find Title IX, and this is a really colorful tropical rash guard. So you wear this when you're doing water sports like surfing or boogie boarding. And this ended up selling really quick for $29.99 on eBay. So this is from Sundance, and I love to find Sundance, especially if it's very boho embroidered pieces. This one was not, but it was a gorgeous midi length floral dress, and it was also 100% silk, and it sold on eBay for $45. Then I sold this A for Anthropologie 1-button blazer. It was a really beautiful maroon. It also had puff sleeves, just a really classic piece to have in your closet, and it sold for $40. Ooh, yeah, I really like this one. Okay, so this one is from Maggie Barnes, and the brand isn't anything special. I looked it up, and like I said, it wasn't anything special, but it had a lot of factors going for it. It was a 3X. It was this really nice jacket. It also had embroidery on it and velvet trim, and then a patchwork print. Things that I put in my title were like artwear and wearable art, and I also put boho in my keywords, and this actually ended up selling for $50. And that's why I've been really enjoying picking up style-based items, because I feel like there's more to pick from, and then it kind of broadens your horizons on what you can find at the thrift store to sell. So now we're gonna move over to Poshmark. You guys were with me when I found this Johnny Was skirt. This was actually a skirt that they were gonna be pulling and taking to the bins, and then I found it on the rack that they were taking. It was 100% silk. It was definitely one of their older items. It had this floral paisley print, and it was a knee length, and it ended up selling for $40. So these are a pair of jeans from Paige, and I am more selective with Paige jeans, but I do like to pick up their items if they're in a good size, and this was a size 30. It was a dark wash skinny jean, and it ended up selling for $31. I really love these. These are from Zara, and they're these pointed flats with these oversized kind of dramatic pearls on them. And Zara shoes do really well for me, and these ended up selling for $40. Chico's is a really nice bread and butter brand. It doesn't sell for a ton, but it's a really nice kind of cushion and filler in my sales. This was beautiful. This definitely reminded me of a retro feel, and it was this gorgeous tapestry woven print cardigan. It ended up selling for $20. I was really excited when I found this dress, and again, you guys were with me when I found it, and it's the Couples. I'm not saying that right. If I'm saying it wrong, feel free to correct me in the comments. I welcome all corrections. I'm still learning too. And this is gorgeous. It was 100% silk. It was this floral button-up top. Sorry, it was this floral button-up dress, and just a very feminine, very elegant piece. And this ended up selling for $50. So another great bread and butter brand that doesn't sell for a ton, but again, a nice cushion to have in my sales, and it's Pure Jill. I really like to find the Pure line and also the Love Linen line that they have, and this was a really nice one button kind of cardigan, and this ended up selling for $30. So I just recently found this, and in my other videos I've been saying how corduroy is really popular. It's definitely making a comeback, and this was an LL Bean item, and it was 90s vintage. It was a corduroy jacket, just a really beautiful color as well. It was kind of like a deep, almost like a wine purple, and this ended up selling for $36 within just a couple days. So this is a shoe brand that I do really like to find. It's called Corky's. They sell it at Nordstrom. Sometimes they sell it at Anthropologie or even Sundance. And these were a really nice pair of black mules. I could have sold them for more, but I was happy to get an offer for $30. All right, now I have to get all this stuff to the post office, but I will see you guys tomorrow. What am I doing? Pew, pew. Hey friends, so another day of shipping, and so far today I have 6 items to ship out from eBay, and then I have more than 6 items to ship out from Poshmark. I have a large bundle of 9, and then another bundle of 2, and then 3 other separate items, so 9. 14 items to ship out from Poshmark. So we're gonna start off with eBay. So first up, we have this Tiny top, and Tiny is a brand that they sell at Anthropologie. This one was really pretty. It had this floral patchwork print. It almost reminded me of like a scarf print. It also had a tie hem at the bottom, and this ended up selling for $25. And I have had this one for a long time. I've had this for over a year, so I was happy to see it go. And for $25, I feel like for Anthropologie right now, especially just their tops, was pretty good. This was a really great sale, and I have never heard of this brand before. This was on one of the days where I found a bunch of really great men's items, which is really rare for me. I do look at the men's sections, but the men's sections at our stores are like super tiny, and it's a very rare occasion when I find good stuff in that section. But this was really a really awesome pickup. It's from the brand KJUS, and when I looked it up, it's actually a golfing brand, and this was just a lightweight vest from them, and it sold for $130, so a really great sale. And just a little side note, if I do look down, my computer is right here, so I'm just trying to make sure I'm giving you the correct information. So I actually just picked this up the other day with you guys, and it's this vintage piece from Pendleton, and it's actually 60s vintage, and it was in amazing condition. It's this flannel button-up shirt. It's 100% virgin wool, men's extra large, and I listed this, and within 30 minutes of having it listed, it had 2 watchers, and then within an hour, it had 4 watchers and an offer for $75. So I sold it the same day for $75. And like I had said when I first picked this up, vintage Pendleton flannel shirts were performing really well, and they had over 100% sell-through rate, and right now we're going into springtime, and I still sold this flannel shirt within the same day of it being listed. So I feel very blessed that I found this. I'm sure you guys have noticed by now that I'm really enjoying picking up vintage dresses. They have been performing really well, and they're honestly just really fun for me to find. I just like finding them. And this one was actually from the brand City Triangles, which is nothing special, but I picked this up just based on the style. It's this long gown. It is definitely Y2K style, and it had glitter sparkles all over it. And like I've said before, glittery sparkle dresses, especially if they're vintage, do really well. And this actually ended up selling on eBay for $50. So next up is Nice Bread and Butter Sale, and it was from J. Jill. It's a dress from them, and it also is a jersey knit, so that means it has a lot of stretch and is very breathable, and people really like that knit style. This was also an extra large. When it comes to J. Jill, soft surroundings, and Talbots, I do like to pick up their larger sizes. They just perform a lot better, and this ended up selling really quickly for $20. So this is the first and only time I've ever found this brand before, and this brand is very high-end. It retails for a lot of money, and it's called Miu Miu. And this actually ended up staying at the store for about a month because it made it to the half-off day for it. So it was marked at $10, and I paid $5. I think the reason that lots of people were passing on it was because there's actually significant cracking on the metallic cap of these shoes, and there's even a little chunk missing, but I still grabbed them just because they were only $5, and I think retailed these were around $300 plus, and I listed them and they still sold for $68. I made a point to have close-ups on the flaw and even circled in red where it was located, and then put it in my description as well, and like I said, it still sold for $68. All right, so that's it for eBay, and now we're gonna move on to Poshmark. So first up, we have this very boho retro maxi skirt, and it's also corduroy, which I've talked about before. Corduroy is performing really well, and this was from Sundance, and this sold fairly quickly for $30. So next up is a small bundle of 2 items, and the first one is this 100% silk Neiman Marcus vintage top. It's a tunic length. It also is a toggle button up, so Asian inspired. And then the second item is this rainbow colorful suspenders. These 2 items don't seem like they would go in the same bundle, but very fun. And these are also vintage, and the bundle ended up selling for $30, but I was happy to make the sale for $30 because I have had this top for so long. I've had this for over 1.5 years, so I was happy to see them both go for $30. Then I ended up selling these clogs, and these are really neat. They look very boho, hippie, kind of granola girl style, and they also have this thick stitching embroidery on them. Just a really cool pair of clogs. The brand is El Naturalista. These actually ended up selling for $30, so after fees I made $24. So this is an item that I thought was going to do better than it did, and I didn't look it up when I was at the store. I didn't look up comps, which I don't recommend. Always look up comps, and it's from the brand Koolaburra, but it's by UGG, and anytime I find clothes from UGG, normally they do well. This one ended up sitting for quite a while, but I did end up selling it for $28. So after fees, I made $22.40. So next up is a really exciting bundle, and this was actually on one of the days where I hadn't had a sale all day on Poshmark, and I was kind of nervous that I was going to have a 0 sale day. And then all of a sudden this lady makes this bundle, but I was kind of hesitant to get my hopes up because lots of the items were different sizes, which I've had happen before. People will go in my closet and then make a bundle of just random sizes that don't go together, and then they never end up buying it. This lady made this bundle, and like I said, it was a variety of sizes in there, and ended up buying it. So the bundle ended up selling for $325, and it's a 9-piece bundle. So I'm gonna go over all the items that were in there. So the first item in the bundle is this beautiful soft surroundings top. It looks very Victorian. It also has this velvet trim to it. Then she bought this Kay Unger from New York fit and flare dress, and this was stunning. It has this beautiful floral print to it, and I do like to find this brand, especially in dresses. They perform really well. So another beautiful dress in the bundle, and I actually just picked this up. It was at a consignment store. They were having a sale where everything was $5. So this dress was $5. I had it listed for 2 days, and then she put it in her bundle. And it's from an Anthropologie brand called Tracy Reese. And this one was gorgeous. It was a satin material, and it was also a fit and flare style as well. And this was another item that I picked up from that consignment store sale. So this was also $5, and it's just a really nice novelty print top from Anthropologie. And then we have a vintage piece, and this one is from the brand Madame Butterfly, but I got this just based on the style. It's 100% silk, and it's this Asian inspired blouse. It's very beautiful. It's a floral print too. Whoever this lady is, she has really good taste. Also in the bundle was this beautiful Lindy Bop dress, and it's new with tags. And Lindy Bop is a brand that is very retro and pinup style. This is a vibrant, multicolored floral dress. It's also a fit and flare. I really love the neckline detailing. It's like a flowy neckline. What else? Ooh, this one was really cool. So this is from the brand Dolls Kill, and I hadn't heard of the brand at the time, but this was really cool. The pants were these horoscope prints, so the whole thing is decked out in like an astrological print. It has the tree of life on it, and just a very unique pair of pants. You're not gonna see these all the time. And then we have another style-based pickup. I really like how this lady is buying lots of my style-based pickup. That makes me feel good. We should be friends. And this one is from Mark Richards. It's new with tags, and it's this Asian-inspired top. It has this very unique fan print on it, just a really cool and unique top. And then the finale. These are a pair of vintage Talbot's pants, and these are 100% silk, and they are also Asian inspired. They have geishas on them. And when the lady wrote to me, well, I wrote to her and I said, hey, thank you so much for your purchase. I'll ship them out tomorrow. And then she responded and said, oh, thanks. I was chasing the geisha pants, and then all this happened. And I just thought that was so funny. So originally she just came to my closet for these pants and then ended up buying 8 other items, which I'm happy about. And I hope that she loves all the items that she gets. So that was a really great bundle, and I was really grateful for that sale. And like I said, I had almost made it so I was gonna have a 0 day on Poshmark, but then right after that sale, I made 2 other sales on Poshmark. So I feel like something that I like to do, anytime I get even a lowball offer, I do like to accept it, just because sometimes I feel like when you do that on Poshmark, it really increases your sales after that. That's just my theory. So anyway, a really great bundle. So a little tip, anytime that I sell a bundle on Poshmark, whether it's 2 items or more, I do like to lay everything out and then I take a picture of it. That just makes it so it safeguards me, just in case the buyer says that they didn't receive everything, because it has been the case. One time I sold a large bundle and then the buyer said that they didn't receive one of the items. And so I was able to provide that photo, and then it helped with the case being closed in my favor. So just a little tip when it comes to bundles on Poshmark. Thank you so much for joining me today. And if you guys think that I earned a like on this video or your subscription, I'd really appreciate that. But either way, I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day, and I can't wait to see you guys next time. Bye, friends.